Welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this extremely important, momentous, life altering, space and time continuum altering edition of Un Poco Mas. No, seriously, guys, in reality, this is going to be a pretty pedestrian effort, mediocre show. Going to kind of mail this one in because I just don't care. I'm bored. I'm apathetic. I'm going to stick with this stock until I don't believe in my thesis anymore, until I don't believe in my due diligence, until I don't believe in my research. Basically, I am a seer of things. I'm a big picture guy. I can't necessarily look at the chart, look at the numbers, do spreadsheets like a Tanner or, do all these projections like a brilliant guy like a Steve. I sort of look at the future and I see, what do I think things are going to look like in 5 or 10 years? And who do I think is going to be there? Who do I think is going to be there at the end? Who is my horse? And once I pick my horse and I make my bet, I basically root for that horse and I don't sit there and second guess it every single day. Every day that goes by, guys, every single day that goes by, there is more and more evidence that Nio is going to be a massive, massive winner and a monster, not just in the EV space, but in energy, in batteries. I'm telling you, China is setting this thing up. And the news today, I mean, this isn't just from today. I've been hearing about this for a while. But Nio is helping write the battery swap standard in Germany. Now, if you know anything about Germany, they're not only the automotive center of Europe, but they're also known for their engineering, for their bureaucracy, for their rulemaking, being very exacting. And Nio is helping to write that standard. So this is what I've been saying all along with this company. They have a huge first mover advantage. And that once you own the battery swap standard, you really control batteries worldwide. Because in the developing world, in MENA, in Latin America, they need swap. And swap stations are going to be solar powered. And swap stations are going to provide power grid functions. Everybody, this is what sort of just makes me laugh in a way, is like, okay, so everybody said swap is impossible, swap's not practical. Tesla built one battery swap station in 2013 and decommissioned it in like 2014 because nobody wanted it. And Elon, he's like, he knows everything, everybody says. So Elon Musk and Tesla rejected swap, so swap is impossible. And by the way, Nio was right. That's the part they skipped directly over. Everyone for years is saying, oh, this is a boondoggle. They're putting money into nothing. Nio proves the concept. Nio users, Envo users, they love swap. They all swap. Germany just did a survey, and 63% or something like 64% of respondents said swap is better for, this huge variety of reasons. So Nio helps draft first EV battery swapping standards in Germany. There's a bunch of articles on this. You can read it. One of the things they talk about, if you look at the Wikipedia article, I was just reading it. I've never actually taken a look at it, so I was just kind of reading it. The history of battery swap, all the players in battery swap. But if you look at the conclusion, if you look at the criticism, battery swapping solutions were criticized as proprietary. That's what everybody said. It would divide the market. It would be impossible. By creating a monopoly regarding the ownership of the batteries and the patent-protected technologies, the companies split up the market, decreased the chance of wider usage of battery swapping. Nio is doing exactly the opposite. Nio is trying to create a standard that they don't necessarily own, but they control because they own the swap network. Anybody can build their own batteries to Nio standard. They don't necessarily have to buy the batteries from Nio. They don't even necessarily have to license anything from Nio because the standard is going to be available. But is that going to be practical? No. They're going to have to come on bended knee and kiss the ring of Bill Lee. And they better call him Godfather.
You didn't even think to call me Godfather. Right now, the man $100 would be suffering this very day. And I would take this cannoli out from my bottom lip and eat it. My wife's telling me to watch the sweets. So I keep a cannoli stuffed right in here.
Dude, some of these accents, people in these classic movies like The Godfather or like Scarface, they're just such bad acting. John Malkovich and Rounders, but some of these accents are just, I mean, it's just god awful. Like if you were in, some like real acting school or some, that James Lipton guy.
Tell me about the film Dunstan Checks In. Bronson Pinchot. Changed my life. At the Actors Studio, we assign every new student to watch Dunstan Checks In repeatedly.
Anyway, guys, welcome to that Actors Studio, guys. It's fast. And then the impressions, like Will Ferrell doing the impression of it's hilarious. But Nio's doing the opposite. They want standardization because they realize they can't carry this football alone. They need an offensive line blocking for them. They need a fullback in GAC. They need Cherry, out on the wing, just lighting up a linebacker, just running over him. Not Anthony Noto. Not my father, Tony Notes. Great linebacker. All-American. Top of his class in engineering. I don't know why I'm plugging Noto. This is supposed to be a Nio video. Standardized cross-manufacturer batting swap systems do not yet exist, but a unified technology would significantly reduce the cost of building a nationwide infrastructure, Nio said in a statement. So Nio aims to ensure reliability, I always say that word wrong. Interpolability. Sorry, you have to read that. I don't know why I can't say that word. And safety of battery swapping technology in the German market, according to the Shanghai headquartered car maker. So Battery Swap Alliance 2023, Nio's announced several partnerships. So they're saying Chery is going to come out with 2 cars this year. They also have Geely, Chang'an, Fa. JAC, Nio's former partner, Lotus, Jidu, GAC says they're like designing a car, but it's currently waiting internal approval on the model. So that's somewhere in development, which isn't that encouraging. It's basically like, it's like tepid soups. Like it's not warm or hot so much. It's tepid. It's tepid. It's tepid. So it's tepid soup, Gilbert. That's what you're saying. Yes, it's tepid. Since late 2022, Nio has been assembling its battery swap stations in Hungary before shipping them to one of its 5 European markets. They have 59 swaps in Europe already, and that was, an old article. They got like 20 swaps just in Germany. I would bet you my left testicle that Nio has more swaps in Europe than CATL has on this entire planet. This crazy spinning rock we call home. This Earth. Guys, we're talking about Earth here. Okay, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, I do too. I need a win here. I still have a lot of Tesla. I have a ton of Tesla. I actually have more Sofi now than I have Tesla just because Sofi had gone up so much. And Tesla I was trimming, thankfully, 450, 440. And stupidly buying SMCI and stupidly buying Nio, but smartly buying a bunch of Sofi at, I think, 1380s, which, it's kind of pulled back, but I still think over time it's going to be an incredible decision. My judgment is perfect. Just doesn't seem that way right now. Talk to me in like 40 years. I'm sure most of my stocks will be up, the ones that didn't go bankrupt anyway. The rest will be up just due to inflation. Problem is with the Tebidaki method, the only trading system developed exclusively for portly gentlemen, plus-size men, gentlemen of a certain proportion. Problem is just trying to live that long. So you don't see a lot of 300-pounders bumping around in their 80s. You don't see a lot of any 300-pounders bumping around in their 90s. You don't even see very many in their 70s, 60s. Us fat fucks, we tend to kick off in our late 50s. So we got to save and spend at an accelerated rate. Or, and this is a crazy idea, get off our fat asses and get in shape. What a concept. What a concept. Yeah, chunky stock monkey flunky. Bill Burr, he's like, eat a salad, just mix one in. Just one. Try it. It's not that bad. It's like, not that hard, you know? You get some lettuce, some croutons. It's like, not the end of the world. No, nobody's asking you to, go into solitary confinement, Just mix in a salad. I might try it someday. I might try it. I mean, the way I look at it, if you're eating like a loaded cheeseburger, it's got all your veg on it. It's got your lettuce, got your tomatoes, got your onion, maybe some jalapeno, some crispy fried jalapenos, maybe some crispy fried onion strings on there. So you basically got a salad on top of your double bacon cheeseburger. Did I mention the bacon? Applewood smoked and thick cut, of course. Oh, the Tebedaki method. Your stocks might go up and you got a great chance of an infarction. Yes, the cheeseburgers are a huge part of the system. They are inalterably interpolated or something like that. What's up, White Feather? How you doing, man? Love the hat. Alberto, how are you, Alberto? Thanks for being here. You can't bet your testicles, weren't you neutered? No, they just haven't distended. That's it. No, I do have both testicles, but one is larger than the other, which people tell me it means if the left one is larger, you're more creative. And if the right one is larger, you should buy index funds and only watch Strongman or Stock Mo. So I don't know. I don't think it's completely scientific. Anyway, what was I talking about in this video? Does anybody have any idea? I'm just not sleeping enough, guys. So anyway, yeah, it's just they almost instantly shifted from swap being a horrible idea to swap being such a great idea, but Nio will be overtaken by CATL, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Did you see what they did there? Did you see it? It wasn't subtle. It wasn't a sleight of hand. Instant narrative 180, classic Nio price fixing mafia. They're developing the standard with Germany. That's going to push throughout the EU. It's the same swap stations. That's what I've been saying since the beginning. The Chinese government propped up Nio and is pushing them forward throughout the world. 25 countries in 2025. More after that. They're already buying real estate in the United States. Think about it. To quote the weird Nazi sympathizer pawn shop owner in the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas. Think about it. What a weird character. But you got to think it's kind of reminds me of the guys who like owned that shop in like Pulp Fiction, where if somebody happens to wander in and just be doing a little window shopping, just take you downstairs, introduce you to the gimp, call up Zed. What kind of operation are you running where that's your MO? It's got the basement set up, little pawn shop, the back of a strip mall. I don't know, man. Something going on with Quentin. Something going on in that head. That boy ain't right. Dog don't hunt. Anyway, guys, so that's basically all I wanted to carry on about there. I could carry on about the borrowing. It's crazy. Like, they're borrowing today, like last night, okay, was returning 1 million some shares, and then right at the end, after hours, whatever it was, they borrowed 15 million and then supposedly returned 17 million. Cost to borrow average 3.36. Now you look at this, the short's not all that big, 12%, 161 million shares, but 430 million shares on loan. It's almost a quarter of the damn shares. Why? What's the end game there? They're either one, controlling the price, or two, expecting a huge pump, which they will make a massive short attack on. They can't do a massive short attack from 4. There's no massive attack. We talked about that yesterday. There might be a black flag. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this extremely special edition of Un Poco Mas, a show where we try to give you just a little bit more. Most days we fall a little bit short. Let me apologize in advance for the quality of the programming. I know it's not very good. It's like your doctor. It's not very good, but he's available. He has appointments. You guys have Obamacare? God, I don't want to sound like ungrateful. People are having their houses burned down. People have no health care, blah, blah, blah. But oh yeah, you need an appointment. We have something in like 8 months. Obamacare bronze. It's weak sauce. Weak sauce. So borrowing, price fixing, just incidentally, it's just so funny how this goes. Like, look at the short. Look at what happened. SMCI, same exact time, almost to the minute. Same thing with the short. It's just, and if you look at these charts, I mean, the same algos are running SMCI down to the minute that are running Nio down to the minute. And they fixed the price of Nio in Hong Kong and the United States. They're fixing the price of SMCI now overnight on Robinhood. That's how far these market makers have taken things. This is relatively new. So we talked about that. We talked, how many swaps does CATL have? How many cars? It's zero. It's vapor. If you're Europe, why would you go to CATL? And if you're the Chinese government, you don't want CATL running the entire world. That guy was reading, the guy who started that company has like $31 billion. They don't like oligarchs in China. It's a threat. See Jack Ma. Don't get too big for your britches. Britches get stitches. Britches get re-education if your britches get too big. Britches get too big probably means you're losing weight. I wish my britches were too big. Britches are always too tight. You're a fat guy going to like a department store. You're like, oh shit, they don't have a big and tall section. Thinking like you need like a 4XL, maybe a 3XL, but they don't have a big and tall. So the biggest thing they got is 2XL. You're like, fuck me and the troll ass. Monkey shitballs. This is not going to work. Can't stuff a 10-pound sack of crap into a 5-pound sack. Speaking of sack, welcome to Un Poco Mas, the show where I give you just a little bit more. So I just want to point that out. What else was I talking about? I can't really remember. Yeah, the short ratios, we're getting pretty heavy in terms of, I think it was, and again, people are talking about there's no institutional ownership. CYVN is more important than any of these guys because they have unlimited money and they have actual, federal governments behind them in the Middle East. It's not just UAE. They're connected. You saw the meeting with Egypt. They're going to push Nio throughout the Middle East. They're circumventing America. They don't care. America's a small market and it's shrinking. I mean, the new Model Y got 70,000 pre-orders like in the blink of an eye in China. And when they release that thing, you probably hear a mouse fart in Kentucky. Nobody cares. They want a mint julep more than they want a Model Y. Big silly hats and horse racing. That's what they do. Not EVs. These assholes, maybe you're an attorney, you're commuting to work on the freeway. You got a dually F-350 double cab, long box, taking up 6 spots down at the Walmart, buying 3 boxes of wine and a Michael Bublé box set, You guys know what I'm talking about. You've been there on a Saturday night. Oh, guys, if you know a good therapist, psychiatrist, maybe just a good mental institution in the area, asking for a friend. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to die yet, Lisa. I don't know if you're talking to me or your guy Birdie. He talks about you a lot when you're not here. I made you a martini and you were swinging. You guys, this is a private. You guys, you and Lisa need a private room. You need to take your wrench. Is that a wrench in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? We got a turd in the hand. Of course, it's worth 2 in the bush. Americans still using imperial. Enough said. Don't like change. Chinese are worried. Yeah, I mean, tech is huge here. There's advancement, but there's not adoption. I mean, if you have the cell phone in your hand and you're lazy and fat and stupid, like many Americans, you're going to just get addicted to that thing. But you're also just going to get your back up about stupid things. And you're going to, hey, we're rolling coal on you. We're going to spread some diesel on you because you're driving that EV. You're just rolling coal, all right? Hey, I think I sprained my ankle. It's like, oh, just get a little smoke on it now. You have to smoke it for about 8 to 10 hours till it's fork tender. Like, no, I'm injured. I hurt my ankle. Oh, yeah, you want to season it up there real good. Like some Cajun guys, you think they can cook everything, cook their problems away. What is that, a fried turkey? No, it's a utility shutoff notice.
Oh yeah, that's gonna cook up real good.
I know they're turning off our power. Oh my God. What's wrong with me? Anyway, guys, welcome and hello. Does anybody else want to say anything about Nio? There's not really anything here, but this is just, there's a bunch of articles on this. This is critical. This standard, establishing the DIN standard. If you know about these standards, American Society of Tests and Measures, ISO, AS, all this stuff, like the Germans love this stuff. So they're going to standardize this whole thing. And of course, Nio is going to be the only one with a battery swap network. Nio is going to be the only one with these batteries. This is up in everybody's grill piece. This is getting right in everybody's face right now. I mean, Mercedes, BMW, they can't compete in China. There's 5-year-olds starting car companies out of some, the 600th largest university in China that are making better cars than half of these Euros. All the Americans. I mean, the Koreans are making a good car. I mean, even Toyota's falling apart. Everybody's going to these turbos, these high compression turbos. They have shit for brains. Why would you want to trade 3 mpg for legendary reliability? Because you have to bow down. And I'm not somebody who wants to trash the environment. I love the environment. I love the outdoors. I would like to say I love hunting, fishing, and camping. When I was a kid, I did. Now I'm a big, dumb Karen couch potato. But the point is, I'm not somebody who wants to screw the environment and roll coal on people. I don't know what I was talking about there, but the point is, these standards are very, very sticky and they don't change easily. So once Nio gets a foothold and becomes the standard in Germany and the standard in Europe, CATL is going to have an awfully hard time getting a foot in the door. And every day for Nio that CATL and BYD and Tesla and the rest of these muyuks wait, the price goes up. William Lee's price goes up. You're going to have to pay a massive amount once the Chinese government mandates battery swap. Everybody's going to want to buy Nio out. No, sir. Not for that price.
How much is it worth to you to have a clear conscience? All right, then. $1,000 a claim. I can't trust my idiot son, Chris Penn, rest in peace, to run you guys off. Nothing like a nice piece of hickory.
Hello and welcome, Carl C. Mark, the Magic King of Chicago. Do I think shorts will continue to beat up Nio? They are doing that, but the problem is retail is not getting out. Retail is not selling the dip and smelling the rip. I mean, swing turders have an attention span of about 3 months. These are not swing turders in the stock. I just keep buying the shares anytime they push it down to 4. I'm just going to buy more and more. I'm looking at the reality of what's happening on the ground. When you talk about a battery swap network, Nio, they're saying, listen to the logic. They're going to kill Nio, these other competitors who don't even have swap networks yet. Don't have any cars, any batteries, 0 swaps under their belt. Nio the other day did 103,000 swaps in one day. They did 50,000 Envo swaps in one day, and there's only 20,000 Envos that exist. Everyone loves swap. Even the German public, 2/3 of them prefer swap to fast charging. Fast charging does not negate swap. It's just the speed is only one somewhat, I would say, minor benefit. The benefits for society, the utilities, the environment, that all really doesn't have anything to do with the speed of swap. That's a convenience issue. That's an adoption issue. That's a huge catalyst to adopt. Nio's head of Power Europe, Katja Norkin-Skunkner, said the EV maker sees it as our responsibility not only to develop innovative technologies, but also to actively participate in shaping industry-wide standards. Establishing the DIN for battery swapping systems is a crucial step towards making electromobility faster, more flexible, and sustainable. We are proud to work with the DKE and with other stakeholders to create a future-proof infrastructure that meets user needs and advances industry development, Norfort said. Earlier this month, Nio's chief for the German market, David Sulzer, said the company is in discussions with large fleet operators in Germany. Read it. David Sulzer, the Sulzberger and cheese. New York Sulzer, they used to call him. King David. He said the company is in discussion with large fleet operators in Germany. That deserves a circle finger for emphasis. Guys, did I mention Nio has the only... Why doesn't Li Auto publish data on how many swaps they're doing with their battery swap network? Why doesn't Li Auto publish charging data on how much electricity is flowing through Nio chargers versus their chargers? Why don't they publish data on how many of their customers have to use the Nio charging network? Because they suck. And their founder is like bitter because he's short, and William Lee's, you know, maybe tallish, not handsome, but tallish. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Lisa's way inside Alberto's head. It's a big problem. He can barely moderate. So earlier this month, yeah, we already read that part. Nio registered. This is what I'm not really in love with. Nio registered 31 vehicles in Germany in December, bringing its total for 2024 to 398 vehicles. I guess that dropped off a cliff because they took away all the subsidies. Like they had to slash 60 billion euros. Is it okay if I pay my rent in either euros or bitcoins? Oh, no. Okay. I thought this was a hostel. No, so Waffle House. So anyway, guys, I got to pause 1 minute. I got somebody at the door. If you guys want to leave, I would highly recommend that. Well, welcome and hello back to me. So yeah, so registrations dropped based on that. That's by Claudia Afonso, who is, you know, kind of looks like a tech guy. Kind of looks, you know, young guy with a receding hairline, glasses, kind of a 5 o'clock shadows, and a Tanner style 70s porno mustache. You know, overall a credible look. I don't have any problem with the look. Doesn't bother me. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Not a Lurker. Please stand by. Left us alone. The silence is deafening. Send me a sign. I'm open wide open. You guys remember that album, Laid by James? What a great record. What a great record. This bed is on fire with passionate love. The neighbors complain about the noise from above. Oh man, what a great record. So many great songs on that. I was listening to what was that band? Save Ferris. Oh my god, that's so fun. Don't you just love trumpets? Like, you know, just horns. I love a horn section, guys. I mean, we were watching a Pink Floyd concert, me and Princess J. That's you know, tribute band, really good one. And man, the horn section is just, there's so many great like sax players out there. You just hear, it's just mind blowing. A lifetime, and then they end up playing in some, you know, horrible dingy club for $40 and 2 Pabst Blue Ribbons, and then go home and maybe do some heroin and curse their parents. I don't know how it goes. Foghorn Leghorn. I'll see. Oh. Yeah, man, ska. I don't know. I came up in the 90s, you know, went to school in the San Diego area and amongst many other places. Attended many colleges in my day. Many colleges, universities, trade schools, institutional programs, or places where you can better yourselves. So once you're reintegrated with society, you have a skill that you can fall back on. Let's see. I love Foghat too. They're very, very good. Is that quite? That is quite a handle. Oh, my side's throwing up laughing. I don't know, guy. I can't tell if any of this is funny. Is any of this funny? It's certainly not informative. But I don't really think it's funny either. So what else? I had some stuff written on this napkin. CATL, blah, blah, blah. This is something about a doctor's appointment for my hemorrhoid. Yeah, so Tesla valuation, it's just, I'm not saying you can value this thing, next to Tesla, next to Rivian, next to Lucid. They're different companies. But I'm just asking you to look at the big picture. All they value anything on is delivery numbers. Is that really the story with Nio? That the battery swap network, that they're already over 3,000 and CATL is promising they're going to get to 1,000 in a year? That's not even a viable swap network. That only is going to cover major cities. How are they going to sell cars? How are you going to engineer and build cars in the next year when there's no network? How do you know if there's ever going to be a network? How do you make that, CapEx? How do you do it? How can you in good conscience not join the Nio Battery Swap Alliance? These 10 models they're bringing out with CATL, I got to see them. I got to see the user experience. People love Battery Swap by Nio, by Onvo. And there's a new Onvo coming out, supposed to be sort of a game-changing SUV. They said this is going to be an extremely competitive product. Basically, they're going to put Li Auto right out of business. Looks like that little acrobat guy in the Ocean's 11 films, that Li Auto guy. And don't sue me as a blogger for saying that. You do. Goofy. Or is that the X-Pain guy? I don't know. One of them looks like that acrobat guy. William Lee looks like that comic book guy. You guys are telling me I look like John Goodman. I think I look like a fat Paul Newman. No, guys, I don't know. Some lady was trying to pay me a compliment, told me I look like Jelly Roll. It's like, is that a compliment? I'm not sure that's a compliment. I'm trying to hide my double chin under this scraggly beard. Perhaps not effectively. Can't see how battery swap being viable in the post-apocalypse. Mod Max, they're keeping the battery for Mad Max. Going in the corner, what is the thing I've done? Yeah, guys, let's see. And doing it in metric. Yeah, do it in the metric system. It's longer. So you're like a 10 instead of a 4 in the metric system, which is very, very good. Let's see. Is this the bat phone? This is the bat phone. Do not sub and like. Yes, hamster on crack. That was the last one. I have this delicious sparkling water. Oh, that's good. Thank you, J Money. Thank you. I was about to pass out from dehydration. Which not a lurker could advise me on all matters, not just on this show. Like I had a neural link to not a lurker, and he's just like, "Hey, fathead, put down the cheeseburger, have a salad, walk 5 miles, drink some water, go to sleep." I'm like, that's it? It's so simple. All I needed was a bald guy to tell me what to do. Who knew my angel was a bald guy? Who's my devil, though? Is it Alberto Bertiavalis? A man with extremely intricate facial hair shaved in? A man whose goatee preparation takes 23 and a half hours every single day, leaving only half an hour to impress the ladies? Yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm working on some material. I don't have any material. I don't have a career. You guys ever really flame out of anything? You ever had a whole audience chase you down and beat you unmerciful? Beat you about the face, breast, head, neck, and chest? Burn your assy nipples? Oh, were you physically hurt? I fell down the stairs and my shoes fell off. I was initially hurt with his words. Okay, that's a very sophisticated type of case you have there. I don't think I can help you. It's like, yeah, you can't help me. Then I'm probably going to sue you. Sue who? Me? I'm a lawyer. What are you going to sue me for? I don't know. I'm trying to tell you. Dude, I just can't. Some nights I can't sleep. I just listen to the Jerky Boys. I sustained an injury here. It's like, but I'm a lawyer. What are you going to sue me for? It's like, oh, you can't help me then. It's like, no. The piano, it calls the piano tuner. He's got a dog stuck in his grand piano. Yeah, Eric. Like, yeah, that's me. It's like, piano tuner. Like, yep. The butt nut. Like, what What in the actual fuck? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get off for 1 sec, then I'm gonna cancel this stupid show. Bye. Or I'm not going, but well, hello and welcome once again to me. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm completely confused, but I think this show is ostensibly about Nio. If you look at the chart, this thing's wedging up nice. This thing's deep behind both cheeks. They're tucking the waistband right over your shoulders. That's a type of atomic wedgie we're involved with here. The nice part about this wedge is it keeps testing the upper support line. So if you see the wedge is a little bit ambiguous down toward the bottom, but the slope of the top line is really, really nice. So if it breaks through there convincingly, it should be off to the races, guys. I got to run. I'm starving. I have a headache. I'm fat. I'm old. My knee hurts. What are my other problems? They say I'm defensive. I'm thin-skinned. My sense of humor is not everyone's cup of tea. I make poor decisions. I'm tough to take. God. Anyway, guys, covered calls are your friends. Yeah, I got to write calls. Okay, bye. Thanks, Paul Gardner. Good to see you again. Sorry, this show is. Are we retired gazillionaires yet? I'm not. I'm working harder than ever, Jeff. Working harder than ever. Steve in the mountains. I am incredibly thick. Yeah, man. I don't care. I grew up as a fat kid, so I heard them all. People tried to bully me. It never worked. Like, try hard enough, I'm gonna just whip your ass. But really, I don't care because it's like bullies are insecure. Bullies are weak. Bullies need a hug. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a great one. Would like to thank the amazingly talented moderator, Alberto Berdiavalas. Would like to thank the equally talented and bald J Money, not a lurker. I would like to also thank QT. I would further like to thank Princess J. I would like to thank Lisa. I'd like to thank Jeff. I'd like to thank the great White Feather, the great Paul Gardner, the man with the greenest thumb in the industry. Din K, what's my life goal? I don't know, just to impress you. Just so you stop calling me fat. I'd be happy. Dinky Donuts. No, how you doing, Din K? I hope you're well. Turd in the hand. Ever met a happy skinny guy? And yeah, I don't trust a skinny chef either. No, I've met happy people of all descriptions. But the point is, whatever you are, be happy. Don't let one define the other. Should go the other way. Love you. Do you. Live your best life. Even if you're a fat, middle-aged turd. Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks, dude, ass face. Yeah, everybody's laughing. No, man, it's cool. I don't care. I'm just messing with you too. Like, I don't take nothing personally on you. You guys should see the comments that get censored, like get pulled off by the algorithm. Oh my God, the things people say, it's insane. Like, I'm like, boy, if I wasn't thick-skinned, I would have to quit because like they're like, are you sure you want to read the censored comments? Are you sure? They're horrible. And I'm like, yeah, I want to read them. Like, I got to see what these. Oh, I shouldn't have read them. I don't want to know what these fucking sick psychopathic bastards are thinking. Oh, dude, awesome, Billy Jack, man. I love you too, brother. I won't say I love your fat ass, but I love the rest of you. Din K, I hope you have a great night, man. Yeah, I have no idea because the market makers decide exactly where it is. I mean, these guys are borrowing 430 million shares. I can't decide where the price is going to be. I think I know. I don't know where it's going to be in 3 months. Now, in 3 years, in 10 years, I think this is going to be a massive, massive company all over the world. The new gas stations, the new power company, the new power grid, the battery company. They're going to be doing all kinds of things. Flying robots coming out of your ass. Right out of your ass. You're going to bend over. You're going to have a fleet of drones swarming right out of your sphincter. And everybody's going to be paying commission to William Lee. Guys, I got to go. This show's way too long. I hate you guys. Thank you so much. Un poco mas, blah, blah, blah.